What is going on, guys? This is Dylan back at you again. Today I want to make a video to talk about depression and going to the doctors. A lot of people per day ask me for advice, and one of the main causes of advice is I'm scared to go to the doctors and I need some advice. So this video is going to be me talking about going to the doctors, talking about how scary it can be, and then again talking about how positive it can be after you do it. To begin with, I know the doctors can be a very, very scary place, especially if you have severe anxiety and a depressive disorder, and especially also with just being a kid, you might feel like you're wasting the doctor's time. And I say kid because most people that come out with anxiety disorders or depressive disorders are usually about the age of 14 to 23, and some even sooner. I know a girl that's been suffering from one that's been since like 11 years old or something. Now I know if you're depression, I know if you have depression, I know you might feel like you're weak going to the doctors, you might feel like you're weak going to ask for help, but when in the reality of it, it's the weak ones that don't go to get help. People tend to stay, why is my voice going? Weak people tend to stay curled up in the corner feeling completely worthless and feel like they have no life at all. They just don't get help even though they know that they need it. Don't get me wrong, depression and anxiety does tend to make you feel like that. It makes you feel weak, it makes you feel worthless, it makes you feel completely lifeless and that you have nothing going for you at all. But if you do go to the doctors and talk about the problems, come out about the problems that you could have, problems that you would have, problems that you already do have, then that's a big, bold, strong move and a huge stepping stone on the path to recovery. It was literally, and still to date, the best decision I had ever made was to go to the doctors, especially when my anxiety was at peak. If I could go back, I would have went a lot sooner than I did. I mean, I was literally at breaking point. I was literally lifeless. I felt completely gone with it. I felt like I was living hell. I felt like every day was a dream, and then I got mixed up between my dreams and reality. I didn't know what one was real because everything sounded so fake. But when I went to the doctors, I just felt reassured and felt like somebody else was helping me on my case. Now with anxiety, you might also feel like you're going crazy, like you're just gonna spend the rest of your days in a fucking mental hospital. I can tell you right now, 120%, that's how I felt. Especially when my anxiety was at peak, I felt like I was going schizophrenic. I felt like I was going to be a bipolar person. I felt like I was just literally going to spend the rest of my days in a mental hospital. Anxiety does have that way of making you feel like that. It does have its way of making your mind believe bullshit like that. Let me tell you a true fact. The people that do think they're crazy are usually the ones that's not crazy, because the people that are mentally insane don't know they're mentally insane, hence why they're in a mental hospital. So if you think you're insane, you can scratch that because you're 100% not insane at all. And even rest aside the fact that anxiety does have its way of mimicking a lot of things, especially mimicking the fact that you can be insane, you most 100% definitely, I can promise you, I can swear to you that you are not going insane. Another thing you might be worrying about is you might say to yourself, but I'm only 14 and I really, really don't want my parents finding out about me going to the doctors, or I don't want my parents finding out about me being depressed or anxious all the time. And then like I said, that's another thing that a lot of people come to me asking for advice say. They say that they don't want their parents to find out. Every time somebody asks me that, I always explain to them that the doctors have a patient and doctor's confidentiality policy. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to say that again. Patient, doctors, patients, patient and doctor confidentiality policy. Got it. In a nutshell, is basically meaning that they can't tell anybody about what you speak about. Even if the Queen of England phones up, she would get immediately refused, because nobody, and I mean nobody, other than you, your doctor, and medical health professionals can access your medical records. In fact, I don't even think you can access them. I think it's only with your doctors, only with psychiatrists, and only other medical health professionals that do that type of practice can actually get to them. When you do go to the doctors, they'll probably give you 3 different types of choices that you can choose from, and each of them work just as well as the other one does. The number 1 choice they'd probably give you is probably the choice that's helped me the most, and that means they'll probably put you on a healthy eating program to help balance your brain chemicals back out. 2, if your case is strong enough, they will probably more than likely put on antidepressant or antipsychotic medication. And don't think just because it's antipsychotic that it's instantly a bad thing. I'm on antipsychotic medication, and really all they're doing is just to kind of calm me down a little bit when I have an anxiety attack, and they help gorgeously. Or they will refer you to a psychiatrist like I got done, along with antidepressant medication. The other 3 are probably just as good as the other one, but the one that I would recommend the most is the healthy eating one. That recovered me basically 70% of the way, but like I said guys, either of the 3 will work. actually amazing, like the things you can do naturally to help cure disorders like this. And it's called a disorder for a reason, because it's not a disease. Whereas diseases, you have to live with them forever. It's something you cannot control. It's something that might kill you. Whereas a disorder is something you can control. You can learn how to deal with it better, and in time it will eventually go away. Depression and your anxiety, you can take my 100% word for it right now, it will go away. But if you watch my previous videos, the one that I talk about anxiety and depression and 5 tips how to cure it, you will get better, and eventually it'll just start to subside. So in a nutshell, going to the doctors is a great idea. The true UK and US fact that 1 in 10 people come out and go to the doctors, and those 1 in 10 persons are usually the people that get a lot better and fully recover from their disorders. You get put on medication like I did, I expected it to work right away, but medication doesn't work right away. It will take a couple of weeks. If you can imagine a stuffed bear, and imagine taking a handful of like cotton and putting a small bit in each day, and then maybe like each day for like 2 weeks, the bear will finally be filled up. So that's what medication is doing to you. You're putting the medication in and it's eventually filling up, and it won't work until it's all filled up. So that would take 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks. But it is something that will sort itself out. You don't have to live with it. In fact, you won't live with it for the rest of your life. If you live in the UK, please, 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 fucking please take advantage of the NHS. Because you get the doctors, the hospital, the medication, the therapy sessions all for free. Whereas people in America and other countries have to pay thousands upon thousands for medical bills, and some people just can't afford that. The people that are left to suffer simply because they can't afford to get better. For all you UK people, please take advantage of that. Speak up. Take advantage of the free health service. The one main thing, what you need to do right now if you're watching this and you have depression, is you need to jump on the saddle and take control of your anxiety and your depression. Go to the doctors. Ride the horse that's basically been taking over you for the past 4 or 5 years, or however long you've been suffering for it. But going to the doctors is the first basic foundation step to recovery. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope I help a lot of you guys out. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from my videos. So if you guys have any more questions about depression, anxiety, even questions about tattoos and piercings, comment below. And remember to watch my video in HD, because my cool camera, a lot of people aren't watching it in HD, so you click the HD button. It's probably about right there, and you'll see the video in its best quality. So until next time I see you, stay free, stay tuned, and stay chilled. Bye bye.